Shalom. Peace be with you. Welcome back. I hope everyone's been well, okay, doing well. I praise God for yet another day, yet another opportunity to be here to continue sharing my life journey with you and praying and hoping that God will do something mighty and great with my story. So I'll just pick up from where I had left off. I had gotten to the part where I said that I made a really big mistake. I got married to this older white man who I thought, whom is it who I thought was my ticket out of my then miserable life at home. Yeah. Yeah. So I made a really big mistake getting married to this man because I essentially became his punching bag. Um, yeah, I just got myself into another level of abuse. Yeah, from what I was going through at home that I was trying to run away from, I now ended up getting into another level of abuse from this man. Yeah, so immediately I just thought I really can't stay here because this is going to just finish me. It's going to kill the already little confidence that I had left. It was now being squashed again, being extinguished actually. Let me say the little fire that I had left was now being completely extinguished. Yeah. So I had to get out. I had to get out. I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but I just knew I had to. And I just knew if I don't, I'm going to die. I'm literally going to die in this marriage. It hadn't even been long. We just come from honeymoon, and the honeymoon was bad. It was just abuse upon abuse upon abuse. So I was really traumatized. I came back. I continued working, and as I told you, my husband then kept on insisting that I should stop working. He kept on insisting, stop working, I'll take care of you, be a housewife, have children, and this and that. And I was like, okay, what's the rush? Like, I don't have children, let me just work. When the children come, I'll stop working. And he kept on insisting, stop working, stop working, stop working. I was just like, no. And I kind of knew that that was my lifeline. Like, if at least it's a connection for me to the outside world and to other people. I just knew that if I stopped working, then I would become a slave. He would probably lock me up in the house and do whatever he wanted to do with me, and no one would ever know because he would lock me up in the house. And you remember, he was way older than me, so he was really just manipulating me, and he had already established the fact that I didn't have a strong, was it support system? I didn't have a strong support system. I didn't have friends that I could really trust. Even the ones that were there on my wedding day, I they just showed me different sides of them that I didn't really trust. Yeah, so they were not really close friends because I had seen sides of them that were not, that made me question. Yeah, made me question their motives, and I was just like, okay, as much as yes, they were part of my wedding party and everything, I just didn't trust their hearts. Yeah. And so he had already seen that I didn't have a support system. I didn't have good friends that I could trust, and he already knew that my friends could be easily manipulated. Yeah, because they had all been manipulated into this box of his. Actually, he had managed to manipulate everyone. No one could think of him as, no one could see his true colors. Everyone thought he was a darling. Oh, he's the best guy ever. Oh, I'm so lucky. Yeah, I'm blessed beyond measure. Like, yeah, where did I find this guy? He's doing everything for me. But me, inside, I was just dying a silent death, like a slow, silent death. As in, there was no one I could share what was happening to me with. There was no one I could share with, because there was no one I trusted. And everyone, I remember I tried to share with one of my bridesmaids, and she shut me down. I tried to share with my mom, she shut me down. So you see, there was no one I could really open up and say, okay, this is what is happening. And I'm really worried. So there was no one, and he made sure, and he knew that I didn't have a support system. He knew I didn't have a good relationship with my family members. He knew I didn't have a good relationship with my mom. He knew I didn't have a dad to protect me. So he knew he had managed to isolate me from everyone, and he knew I didn't have a support system. So he knew he could do whatever he wanted to do with me, and there would be no one to hold him to account or to question him or to, yeah. So I was in a really dangerous place, yeah, with no one to lean on, no one. So it was only the people at work, and even the people at work, yeah, so they all had this image of, I'm happily married, I just got married, it was a huge wedding, they came, everyone came, so they're just like, yeah, she's living the life, so she can't, no one could tell that I was struggling and I was suffering. So I really didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to trust. I didn't know who to tell. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I was just at a loss for words, and I kept on just thinking, okay, how do I get myself out of this? How did I get myself in this? How do I get myself out? How do I get myself out? So the days continue on. So he used to work in construction. They were doing construction on some roads here in Nairobi at that time, and he would go out of town quite a bit, yeah. And so one of these weekends he went out of town, and I remained home. So I was always working at the airport. We always worked on shifts. So I would be home on very weird hours. Most of the nights I'm not there because I'm at work. And it's one of these days I was at home, and I invited a friend over, because remember I couldn't go anywhere, because anywhere I went, it's like he would have me followed or monitored or something like that. So I stopped going to places. So I would just call friends over to the house, and maybe we have a drink or we have coffee or tea in the house, so that I avoid going anywhere and be seen in public with people which would then put me in trouble, yeah. Because then I would be asked, okay, there were people, you're sitting at this place, you are at this place having coffee, and on your table there were these people, and these people, who are they? Why were they sitting at your table? Why were you talking to them? And those questions, and you're just like, okay, now if there are different people at my table, and someone knows someone and another person knows another person, as in, now, how do I even start explaining that? So I can't talk to, even if I'm not talking to them, we're just sharing the same table. Yeah. So how do I now start explaining? Okay. So the questions were a bit too much for me. So I decided, okay, let me just stop going to places. Let me instead just be inviting friends over. Then we have our whatever we want to do. If we want to have tea, if we want to have some coffee, if we want to have a drink, let's just do it in the house to avoid problems. So I'd invited one of my friends over. It was just an early evening, and we were just having tea in the house, and we're talking and we're watching TV and this and that. And this guy just shows up. First of all, he had told me he was going to be out of town for quite a bit, and he was not going to be back until like the next week. Yeah. So I wasn't expecting him to come back. And I was just sitting with my friend, and I'm telling my friend, yeah, you don't need to go home. early, you can actually sleep over because my husband won't be around and I'm home alone and this and that. So you can actually go to work from here. Even me, I'll go to work. And I was just talking, chatting like friends. The next thing, he just walked in from nowhere. So me, I saw him at the door, and then I was like, okay, so he's here. Let me go and greet him. Then I went and I said, oh hi, how are you? And I hugged him and kissed him and was like, oh, you're home. I didn't expect you. I thought you said you're gonna be away until sometime next week. But anyway, welcome, welcome. So how was it? I'm here with my friend. We're just having coffee, and we were clearly having coffee and just talking. Do you know the guy just went for my neck? Do you know he went for my neck, straight for my neck, and just pushed me up to the wall in the view of my friend? Hmm? Pushed me to the wall. Do you know me? I was in shock. I can't even recollect the events properly. The next thing, I think my friend started screaming and shouting for him to let me go. And then the next thing, he threw my friend out. Threw my friend out and told her, "Can you leave? This is married folks' business." And my friend left. And she left, I think she even forgot her, was it a handbag or a phone or something like that? She forgot something. So she forgot, yeah, one of her personal items. So as she left, then she called a cab to come and get her. And then she went, so she started calling me from wherever she was. She was around because she had forgotten some of her stuff in the house. So me, she left me there being killed. I'm sorry to say it like that, but it was just like that. How does someone just walk in and immediately go for your neck? As in, no question, no nothing, no discussion, no hi, no, as in, no word, just straight for your neck. And you haven't done anything. Like, we were sitting like normal people sit in a living room and just have tea and coffee. My God, hey, that was a psychopath. I don't even know what to call that. Is that a demon? What do you call that? I don't even know what to call that. Honestly, what do you even call that? Like, there's no reason. There's really no reason. There's no reason. Oh my God. What is the reason? There was no reason. You just walk in and you go straight for my neck. And I just said hi. I just said, hello, welcome home. Hey. I'm telling you, on that day, the way that guy lifted me, he lifted me with my neck. Me, I'm telling you, that day I saw a demon for real. I just saw, because I was like, what's happening to me? The strength that lifted me, I was even taller than him. The way he lifted me with his hands, he just lifted me like this. You know, like those cartoons, like movies. The way when you watch movies and you wonder, Kwani, this guy has strength for, like supernatural strength, like Terminator or something. When he just lifts a guy with his neck, and the guy's like, ah! And the feet are dangling in the air. It's like, ah! So that was me. Let me laugh now. Let me laugh now that God has healed me, because then I wasn't laughing, trust you me. I just got an SOS, like, run for your life. You know, like that thing for run. Run. So now I'm being suspended in the air by my neck. I'm looking at this person who's suspending me in the air. He used to have really striking, like, green eyes. He used to have really striking green eyes. But at this point in time, when His eyes had turned and they were like orangey red. They were orangey red and they were fiery and they were rolling. But hey, Jesus Christ. Now that I'm explaining all that, I'm like, what was that? Oh my God. I'm like, what was that? What was that? Gosh, what was that? That was a demon of some sort. I don't know what that was. Those eyes switched. Those eyes switched and became something else. That's when I realized, okay, this is a thing. It's not even a person. This is a thing that's suspending me in the air, because a person can't do this. A person doesn't have this strength. Suspending me in the air with my neck. And I'm grappling for life. My God. I never even saw it from the angle I'm seeing it from right now. I honestly never. I just thought it was a guy trying to beat me up, and I don't know. I used all the strength I had, and somehow I got free, and I ran like mad. But now that I look back, hindsight is 2020, yeah. Oh my God. Now that I look back, I'm just like, yo, 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 yo. Those eyes, they became orangey red and they were just rolling backwards, and I was just like, what is this? Oh my God, I just knew if I don't get free from this guy, I'm going to die. I just knew. Like I just knew in my inner man, in my innermost being, I knew if I don't get free from this right now, I'm going to die. If I don't get free from this right now, I'm going to die. I just knew. I knew within me. Like, you need to get free and run. Otherwise, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. I could just see my life flashing in front of my eyes. Wow. God saved me. What? God saved me. My God, God saved me. Hey, God saved me. God saved me many times. My God. That time, God saved me. Because that thing, would have killed me for sure. That thing would have killed me. That thing would have killed me. So I started, my feet were dangling in the air, and I started like, struggling, and I'm struggling and I'm struggling and I'm trying to fight off, and I'm trying to fight off, and I can't for the life of me get free. I can't get free. And I'm alone. Like, remember, my friend was thrown out and locked out. So I can't even call for help. And she went. She never came back with help. She just went. And friends, like, you see me in that state and you just leave and go. Yes, I know you're thrown out, but you could have come back with some bouncers, go get some big guys, like 5 guys, come with them and be like, knock on the door and be like, or go get the cops or something, like, do something. Don't just leave me there. Don't just leave me there to be killed. No, if I died, honestly, your friend who was there, if I died, no, what would you have said? That you were there, you saw me being beaten, and then you left? And then you heard that I died. And then now what? That guilt, would you have been able to live with that guilt? Surely. Thank God. Thank God I didn't die. Imagine my friend just left me there. She didn't even come back with help. I tell you, hey, this world will show you flames. The world will show you flames, I tell you. So I struggle, and I'm struggling, and for the life of me, I can't fight this thing off. Remember, now it's not a person, it's a thing. So even my strength is failing. I can't. I'm trying to, the arms to get the arms off of me. I'm even trying to bite off, like bite off the hand so that he can let me go. Nothing is working, and I'm just like, God, in my heart I'm praying and I'm saying, God, please just help me out of this one. Please help me out of this one. If you help me out of this one, that's it. I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm never coming back here. I'm done with this guy, because honestly, I saw my life flashing. I saw my life flashing in front of my eyes. And he threw me. He threw me on the wall. I always say, like those cartoons like Tom and Jerry. Like when when Tom is chasing Jerry, and then Jerry goes under the door, because Jerry is a small mouse, and then Tom is a cat. So then Jerry goes under the small hole on the door, and then because Tom is coming in so fast without seeing ahead, he hits the door. And then after hitting the door, he becomes flat, and then he falls. He falls. He falls down like a sheet of paper, like shoo. Sorry, guys. Oh my God, let me make fun of my story, because it wasn't funny then. Trust you me, it wasn't. But now I can laugh. Let me laugh at it now. So, whatever happens to Tom during those moments, that's what happened to me when he threw me on the wall, and the wall was concrete. Like, he threw me there, and I just went shoo. Oh my God. I just went like Tom, and I lay down there for like 2 minutes. I don't even think it was 2 minutes, because my adrenaline at that time, it was just like like it's fight or flight mode. So now mine was flight mode. Like, you need to get out of this place. I'm telling you, I ran. I didn't even, and he threw me on the wall, and I felt like Tom like that. I just stood up and I ran, as in, adrenaline. I'm telling you, adrenaline is a thing. That thing, it will save your life. Not it can, it will save your life. Because at that time, like, all your instincts are on 100. You're just like, I need to save myself. I need to save my life. You're not thinking about anything else. You're not thinking about you've just been strangled, I don't know for how long. You're not thinking about you've just been thrown into a concrete wall. You may have a concussion. You're just like, I need to live. I just grabbed the keys. I shot for the door. I ran out. I entered the car and I locked myself in the car. Then I started the car. Hey, by the time I'm starting the car, and I want to drive out. And I want to drive out. What happened? Yeah, he came out after me. Then he went and told the gate watchman, don't open that gate. So at that time I've already turned the ignition on and I want to drive out. He told the watchman, don't open the gate. Then he went and got his own padlock and he locked the gate. Hey, me, I was just like, today, I'm dying in this place. I don't even know. I'm dying in this place. So when I saw him put his own padlock on the gate, even me, my knees came. I'm telling you, adrenaline. I think God knew. When God created us, He gave us adrenaline. He was like, hey, you guys, you'll need this thing. It will save your life in those moments when nothing else will. This will save your life. Because at that moment, I just thought, and I thought, okay, I'm running him over plus the gate. I don't care. I just need to get out of this place. Because if I don't get out, I remember I just seen my life flash in front of my eyes. So there's nothing stopping me from leaving. Even if you put a what on the gate, I am going with the gate. I'm going plus the car, plus the gate, plus me, plus anyone who's in my way. Sorry. So I what happened? Yeah. So I said I stepped on the accelerator and I drove the car just slowly up to the gate where he was standing and he was putting the padlock. And I started squeezing him on the gate with the car. Like I'm running him over, but not really running him over, like squeezing him with the car. I'm stepping on the accelerator like slowly to scare him so he can open the gate. Yeah. So I'm squeezing him where he's standing at the gate and putting his own padlock. I started squeezing him there with the car. So I'm squeezing and he starts screaming like, wow, you're killing me, you're killing me, you're killing me. I'm like, you'd better open that gate. So I opened the window and I'm shouting, open the gate, or I'm going to run you over. And he's like, you're killing me. And I'm like, open the gate or I'm going to run you over. I'm not even joking. Then I step on the accelerator a bit more and I squeeze his legs there. And he starts screaming. I'm like, open or I'm serious. I am going with you plus the gate. Now the gate watchman is standing aside and watching the whole drama. If it was these days of the phones today, he probably would have taken a video and posted it online. The way people do nowadays. The way people are always like, any small thing, people have removed their phones. He probably would have done the same thing. So, luckily, yeah, those days we had phones, yes, but we were not using them for those purposes. We were using them to communicate, that's it. So, as I was squeezing him and squeezing him and squeezing him, I was actually enjoying it. I was just like, yeah, pay for all the pain you've inflicted on me. You did. I'm like, pay for all the pain you've been inflicting on me, and I've just been keeping quiet. So I was squeezing and squeezing and squeezing, and I'm enjoying seeing him squirm and scream over there. And I'm like, open the gate, open the gate. Hey, so when he saw that I was going to cut off his legs with the car, he just said, hey, let me open the gate. So he opened the gate. And I left. Hey, have you ever felt freedom? I was like, oh my God, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. And I drove off and I was just feeling a fresh breath of air flowing. My windows were open and I was just thinking, hey, when I got somewhere down the road, hey, I started crying. I cried. Now is when everything was hitting me. Like what I've just gone through. Like what was that? Gosh, I almost died. And then I'm like, the eyes, what was that thing there that I saw? Oh my God, I'm like, that's not a man, that's not a person. That's a thing. I just married a thing. My God, I married a thing. I married a demon. I saw that thing. I saw it. I was just like, I can't go back there. I can't go back there. So I just went, what happened? I think I had gotten my phone. Did I get my phone? Yes. So I managed to call. I checked my phone and I saw my friend had called me. So I picked up the phone and I talked to her and she was like, are you okay? What? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And I'm asking her, so why did you just leave? Like, you couldn't have called for help. And yeah, she was like, no, me, After I was thrown out and everything, I couldn't. I was just like, hey, that guy is psycho. I can't come back there anymore. So I just decided to call my friends to come and pick me, and then she's like, I'm over here somewhere in a lounge somewhere. Can you come there? We're there. So I was like, let me go and see them and sit with them, and just maybe it's just sitting with them, I'll probably get some comfort or something. So I first drove to some quiet place. I parked. No, actually, I just immediately I went to where they were. So in the parking lot, I just cried and cried and cried and cried. And I was saying, I'm never going back, I'm never going back, I'm never going back. And I'm just processing everything in my head. And I'm just thinking, that thing I saw, there's no way I'm going back there. There's no way I'm going back there. Because I'm going back there, then what will happen? I'll be forced to sleep with that thing? No, I'm not going back there. I'm not going back there. And then the cycle repeats itself again. I'm not going back there. I'm not going back. Then it hit me. My God, all my documents, all my documents are in that house. Oh Jesus, in a safe. It hit me. Everything that is personally mine, meaning my birth certificate, my ID, no, my ID, yeah, okay, my everything of mine, personal stuff were in the house. I didn't take anything, only took a phone. So it hit me. My ID, my birth certificate, my passport, the marriage certificate, all those things, my certificates from school, everything was in his safe. Have you ever just felt hope? Just leave your bones. Have you ever just felt weak? Like, oh my God, what am I gonna do now? What am I going to do now? I thought I had escaped. I thought I had escaped. What am I gonna do now? Who's going back there? Oh no, no, no. Who's going back there? No. I wanted to scream and yell, and I was just like, now what? What do I do? Do I forfeit all my documents and just run like mad? Do I just go back and I look for a plan on how to get away? What do I do? Oh my God. As in that stress, the stress of all that, it just made me so depressed, Yani. I was so depressed. I just went, I met my friends there, they were there, they kept on asking me, are you okay? Are you okay? Me, I'm just looking at them like, I'm not okay. I'm not okay, but what am I going to do? And they're just telling me, have a drink, have a drink, have a drink, have a drink. I drank. I drank, but I was not getting drunk. I was just thinking I have to go back there because everything I own is there. My livelihood, everything is there. My work stuff. Yeah, I remember I was working at the airport. Everything for work is there. Everything is there. So even if I run, I go start a new life somewhere. So I'm starting with what? I don't have anything. I don't have my documents. I have nothing. I think I was just like, why didn't I listen to that voice that was screaming at me and telling me my daughter? No. I was just like, why didn't I hear that voice? And whose voice was that? Maybe it was God. I didn't know God's voice. And I was just like, maybe it was God. So why didn't I hear that voice? Now look at what I've gotten myself into. So in my heart, I was just saying a prayer to God. And I'm just saying, God, God, I need to go back. I need to go back. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I need your strength. Help me to go back and find a way out because I can't stay. I saw that thing. I saw that demon. I saw that thing. I can't stay there anymore. I'm going to die. I saw my life flash in front of my eyes. I am surely going to die. And I need a way out. I need a way out. So I just sat with my friends, in quotes, because I was just like, how do you leave me to die on my own? And you come out here and you're drinking. So me, I just stayed there with them because they're the ones who were available on that night. And I drank with them and I drank with them. I drank with them and at some point I just realized, okay, you can't be here all night. So at some point they all left and they were like, they need to go home because, we have commitments the next day. Me, I stayed and I was just like, I'm dreading. I am dreading going back. I'm just like, no, who's going back there to that house? Who's going to sleep with that thing? I'm just like, what do I do? What do I do? Remember, I have no one to tell. Who do I tell? So this friend of mine was there, and so even what I was thinking, and I was saying I can't go back there, so she also told me the same thing. She was like, hey, what I saw today, like, you can't go back there. Like, if you go back there, you're going to die. If you go back there, I promise you're going to die. So someone else confirming to me the same thing I was thinking, like, you're going to die. And I'm just like, okay, if you saw that, you still left me. So in my heart, I'm just thinking, yes, I know I'm going to die. I know I have to live. But now, how do I live? No one is giving you a solution. They're just telling you you're going to die, but no one wants to help you. No one is telling you, okay, do this and do that, or leave it. So I was talking to her and I'm telling her, now what do I do? Like, what do I do? How do I even start? Yeah, so we talked to this friend of mine, and so I told her how all my documents were I'd left them there, and I needed to go back. As much as I didn't want to go back, I needed to go back so I could take my things. And I needed to go back so I could strategize how I was going to live without him knowing. Because now I think that's the only solution. Yeah, but then again, I'm thinking, okay, after I leave, then what? Where am I going? Where am I going? Even the job I was working at the time, the salary we were being paid was so little, yani. I couldn't even afford like just a reasonable place by myself. It was going to be a stretch. It was going to be a stretch. So I was explaining to this friend of mine, and then she was like, okay, excuse me. She's like, okay, if that's the case, then why don't we can look for a place together, and then we move in together, because I was also planning on moving out from home. So we can take a place, an apartment together, and then we share the rent, and we can start from there. Then I said, okay, at least now someone is giving me a solution. So that's support. So that's what I needed at the time. So I said, okay, sounds like a plan. Why not? Let's do it. Let's do it immediately. In fact, even starting tomorrow, let's start looking for places. So I told her, yes, let's do it. So when I'm off work or I'm from work, I can go start looking for places, even you when you have time, because she was also working. So since me, I was working on shifts, I could get time during the day, like easily. And now she was doing a 9 to 5. Yeah, so it was. So we agreed that we're going to look for a place and move in together. And then in the meantime, I was supposed to go back and then try and now be sweet to this thing and to maybe gain his confidence again, as in like maybe blind him so that he doesn't think that I'm going to leave make him think that I'm not leaving. Yeah, that's what I'm meant to say. Make him think that I'm not going to leave so that he can let his guard down. And then when he's unsuspecting, I can sneak out when he's not there. Oh my God, even just to do all that, the strength it took. Imagine you're going back to an abuser because knowing you could easily die. Because now that's the option you have. So I just gathered myself up. We finished our discussion, we agreed, we said we'd keep in touch the next day. She went home, now even me, it was time for me to go back home. So I just gathered myself. I took some shots. I took some shots and I said, okay, let's go. So this is your cross to carry. You got yourself in this. And now you need to get yourself out. So I just said, you need to put on your big girl underwear and yes, let me say your big girl boots. Sorry for saying underwear. You need to put on your big girl shoes. Yes, your big girl shoes and get yourself out of it. So that's what I told myself and I said, okay, fine, let's do it. So yeah, I went back. I drove back in. The gate watchman looked at me. I said, yes, I'm back. He said, okay, welcome. And I entered the house and I found the door was open and I entered the house and I found the thing there. I'll just call it a thing because that was not a human being. For real, that was not a human being. So I found the thing there and I was just like, yeah, so I just acted like I was still angry and I just told him I don't want to talk about it. I just want to go to bed, so please. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, the crocodile tears, oh, kneeling down and oh, what, and this and that. Please forgive me and this, and I'm just like, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to go to bed, please. Yeah. So I went and started sleeping in the guest room. So I moved from our bedroom now, and I went to the guest room. And I was like, don't go to the guest room, just come and sleep. I was like, please just leave me alone. And when I was going to the guest room, I picked up a knife. I went to the kitchen, I picked up the biggest knife, and I made sure he had seen it. So I told him, I'm going to be sleeping with this knife. So don't you dare come anywhere near me. Don't you dare come into my room. Don't you dare. If you do, I'm going to slice your throat. Remember, I had taken shots. I was very bold. I told him, don't you dare come into my room. I'm sleeping with this knife under my pillow. If I just hear the door open, and remember I'm a light sleeper, if I hear the door open, I will slice you up. Don't joke with me. Then he just looked at me and he said, okay. And I said, phew. The strength it took for me to say those things. And I went to the guest room and I took some of my personal stuff. I went to the guest room and I put the knife under my pillow the way I had said. I think I even slept. I didn't sleep. I just seen that thing. I just realized I had married a thing. I think I slept. From that day, I didn't sleep. It's like being at a war zone. You can't sleep. You're always on your toes. You're awake. You're just like, hey, this thing can attack me anytime and it can kill me. So how are you going to sleep? You can't sleep. So that's how now it continued. So I went and I slept there like that. I continued going to work. And I'm communicating with my friend now. We're looking for a place. I'm waiting for him to tell me that he's going out of town so that I can plan my escape. So I was operating like It's called that movie for Julia Roberts, where she was married. It's called Sleeping with the Enemy or something like that. Yeah, like she was married to an abusive husband, and then she just planned her escape. Outwardly, she was living a normal life, but inwardly, she was planning her escape. No, that was me. So I tried to live normally as much as possible so that he could not suspect. But me and pretending, it's a bit difficult to pretend. So I tried my best. So all this time we're communicating with my friend, we're looking for a place, nini. So we finally found a place, and was supposed to now look for the deposit and everything, the rent formalities and everything, so that we could move. And one day when I was going to work, I forgot my phone. Best believe he checked it. So I forgot my phone and I'd gone to work, and I couldn't go back for it. I had to wait till the end when I come back home. And I knew he had gone through it. And when he went through it, he saw that I was planning to leave. Problems been problems, Arab problems. So he said that I was trying to leave. So I knew when I got back home, I just have to face those questions again. So at this time, so when I left work, I just told my friends, please, let's just go somewhere and have drinks, because what is waiting for me at home, I don't even know I'm going to face. So we go, we have, so I'd always just now come back home really, really drunk, because I can't face the reality of my life in a sober way. I can't, because I'm just like, everything was just overwhelming. It was too much for me. Like, how do I deal with this thing? What is this thing, first of all? I don't even know. I have no clue. How am I dealing with it? I don't know. I have no clue. I'm just doing the best I can. I'm just a girl. What word? I don't know. I'm just a girl. So I'm getting through the day by drinking. I'm just drinking like I'm a person. As in, I'm drinking. From work, immediately the last flight leaves, according to my shift. I just call a friend, let's go grab a drink, because yeah. And they're asking me, Kwani, why are you drinking so much? See, you just got married the other day. You're happy, you're still on honeymoon stage. I'm just like, you just drink. Stop asking many questions. Because I can't even start explaining that I'm married to a thing. I can't even start explaining that. I'm just like, if you know what I have at home, I have a demon in the house that I don't know how I'm going to deal with it. And you're asking me, I don't even know how to start the story from A to Z. I don't know. I'm just like, let's drink. I have no spiritual background whatsoever. I don't know. I don't even know that what I'm dealing with needs a spiritual solution. I do not know. Me, I'm just like, I need to get away from this person. That's all I'm thinking at that point in time. And I have to try and live normally as possible so that he can let his guard down, so I could run for my life. And it's not happening. It's taking forever. Every step I'm making, it's like it's being sabotaged at some point. So I'll just drink. So I go home on that day, and it starts confronting me like, are you planning to move out? I saw your phone, I saw your texts. That's what you're planning. Oh my God. I just acted like I was too drunk to even hear what of course I knew. There was no even I was getting drunk. I was drinking, but the fact that I knew I had a demon in the house to deal with, there was no way I could get drunk. There was no way. I couldn't. because I think the reality of that in itself was enough to keep me sober, even if I drank what. So you see, even my alcohol intake increased from that time. So I told you guys that I became an alcoholic. So at that time I was drinking so much, and I wasn't even realizing how much I was drinking. And I wasn't getting drunk. So my tolerance was growing really high. So I could drink so much, and I could go to work and I'm drunk and no one would even tell. I'd just be normal. So I'm just thinking I have a demon that I need to deal with, so I don't know what to do. So just drink, numb, try to become numb, even if it's not working. So then it starts confronting me, you're planning to move, you're planning to move, you're planning to move. And I'm just like, I pretend like I'm drunk. I don't know what you're talking about. I slur my speech and I just go and pretend like I've blacked out on the bed and everything. When he leaves me alone, then I'm just like, you are, God help me, God help me, God help me, get out of here, help me, help me. So then life continues like that. So then one day he goes to work now. Finally, after things kind of, so I told my friend, let's just stop discussing the house for now. At least we know where the place is. We've gotten the place. So as we look for the money, let's not discuss it on the phone anymore, because my phone has been checked, it's being tapped and everything. Don't say anything concerning the house on the phone. Let's keep it under wraps for now. Yeah, because now I'm being monitored and it's gonna make it more difficult for me to leave. So she understood and she said, okay, so we're only going to discuss it when we meet. And we left it at that. So life continued. So one day then he tells me, so at this point in time, now you see he's trying to fix the relationship. Of course, he's not trying to fix it. He's just trying to sacrifice me. I believe that the man wanted to sacrifice me, for real he did. He was trying to sacrifice me, but now he has to try and win me over, because now, you see, I'm on to him. Like, I know his game. I've already seen him for who he is. So, like, nothing he does can impress me anymore. I'm not impressed anymore. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Like, I'm not impressed anymore. I'm not present anymore. I'm just drinking and drinking and drinking. So he's trying so much to win me over so that I can also now get back in his, he can get back in my good graces. And so he brings up the idea that we need to travel. So I asked him, travel where? So then he tells me to his country. Yeah. And funny enough, he was coming from Israel. So he tells me he's coming from Israel. I can't believe that. My name is Israel. Oh God, yeah. So he tells me we need to travel. So remember, again, also, I'm trying to get his guard down. So I'm just like, okay, so where to? Then he tells me, then I'm like, okay, I love to visit Israel, so yeah, we can plan. And he's like, okay, so let's plan for as soon as possible. Again, with the as soon as possible, like things, and you plan a trip, it doesn't take time. It's like it needs to be as soon as possible. I'm like, but I'm working. Like, I need to get time off and everything. We need to get visas. It's like, visa is so easy. That's like a 1 day thing. And I'm just like, huh? A 1 day thing? Yes. So all you need to do is get time off of work. And then you see, at the time I was working at the airport. Then he asked me, is it possible for you to get us like cheap flights and things like that so we could go? Then I said, yeah, by the way, I can ask. Um, so, so we're both now playing games. We're both playing games on each other. Everyone has their agenda. Me, I have my agenda for I want to leave. Him, he has his agenda for he wants to get me out of this environment so he can do whatever he wants to do to me, which I believe he wanted to sacrifice me for sure. I think he did. Yeah. So him is trying to get me out of here, to get me in a place where an environment that is unfamiliar to me, so that now he could really execute his full plans. Because now he can't do it here because now I'm on to him. Like I'm not giving him the time of day. I'm watching every one of his moves. I'm suspecting every step. I'm questioning every move. I'm very alert. So as much as I'm drinking, I'm very alert. Anything he does, I'm just like, no, I'm questioning. Because remember, I saw that thing. So I'm just like, okay. So he tells me, yeah, we need to go. Is it possible for you to get tickets and this and that? So I said, okay, I can ask. So we're planning. Remember, now we're planning this trip. So he told me, so I'll go to the embassy and get us visas. Then I'm like, excuse me. Then I'm like, get us visas. So that's how it works. You just go and you get me a visa. That's so weird. I've never had to apply for a visa that's that easy to get. As in, honestly, never ever in my life. He just took my passport. He went with it one day like this to the embassy and it came back with a visa. Imagine. I couldn't even believe it. Like, they didn't even ask for anything from me. He just went with my passport and he came back with a visa. Now even my instincts are just going ting 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 ting. I'm just like, yo, this thing is too easy. How do you just get me a visa like that? And then the visa came. It's written in Hebrew. I can't read anything on it. So I'm asking him, what is written on this visa? He's like, it just says you can't travel on your own. You have to travel with me. I'm just like, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. waiting the happen. Like, what have I gotten myself into? I'm like, what's going on here? God, Lord of mercy. I'm like, God, you need to get me out of here. So now everything he tells me just scares me even more. He's like, it says you cannot travel on your own, you have to travel with me. So now I'm thinking, travel with you. Then once we go there to your nation, then I can't leave. I have to live with you. If you decide that you don't want to live with me, then me, I can't live. I'm stuck there. Hey. So me, I'll be stuck there. I have to do as you say, otherwise I'll be stuck there. The red flags were flagging. I'm telling you, the red flags were flagging. But then remember, I have a game plan. I need to exit. I'm looking for a window out. So I have to play along. This guy was wise beyond my ears. He was 10 steps ahead of me in everything. While I thought I had one over him, he had like 10 over me. Every time I thought I'm getting closer to escaping, he would come up with a plan just to make me realize, okay, you're not going anywhere. So I'm just thinking, okay, let's play along. Something will come up. Somewhere, somehow, something will come up. So I go to work and I apply for tickets. And my work agrees to give me discounted tickets. They give me a letter, so I apply to different airlines and I managed to get some discounted tickets from different airlines to travel with him. So I tell him. So then, as I'm planning all this, then I realize Remember, he still has all my documents. They're locked up in his safe. Yeah. When we got married, he had shared the combination of the safe with me. So this guy, I'm telling you, the 10 steps ahead. He had already changed the combination. Me, I didn't know. I never bothered to check again. Yeah. So what happened here? It's getting a bit long. The video is getting long. I don't know if I should stop here. I continue next. The next part. Let me see, because it's 1 hour now. Maybe I should stop here now for now. Yeah. So, and then I'll continue from now. We're planning to travel. Then what happens? I think now from the time where we are supposed to travel. Yeah, I think let me stop here for now. Yes, let me stop here for now because it's already at 1 hour. And then I'll continue next time. But I'm here. I'm here. Thank God I made it. He's no longer here. He passed on some years back. But for me, I thank God that I'm here. I thank God that I'm here, and God got me out. God saved me. God saved my life. Gave me a new beginning. But not, it was a lot. It was a whole lot to get out of that situation. So I don't know. All I can say is for my sisters out here, looking for a way out from a guy, a man, someone, please, please, please don't put your trust in a man. Don't. Even the Bible says whoever puts their trust in a man is foolish. Yeah, don't put your trust in a man. Put your trust in God. God will make a way for you. He will help you out. He will clear your path. God will help you. He's the only one who can help you. He's your helper in time of need. He's the one who knows the plans he has for you. And he's the one who can lead you in the way that is everlasting. He's the one who can lead you in the right path according to his will in heaven. Every other human being, I promise you, will lead you astray, depending on their motives, depending on what they want from life, depending on what drives them, depending on their hearts, depending on what they want from you, depending on what you can do for them. Every other human being will lead you astray. Trust you me. Trust you me. Unless it's someone who God has ordained to be in your life, those ones will help you. Those ones will help you. But even then, even those ones, God asks us, do not put your trust in a man. Full stop. No matter what kind of man that person is, even the people that God brings into your life who are ordained of him, at some point when you put so much trust in them to the level of now you don't even trust God anymore, it is them that you trust, then you get yourself in trouble. Remember, God has to be your number one. Trust you me, the only way you can stay clear out of trouble is when God is your number one. Otherwise, the moment you elevate other people to take God's position in your life, my God, you will suffer the consequences big time. Because the heart of man is wicked. It is so deceptive. The heart is so deceptive. You can't trust a man. You can't. Even Jesus never trusted men. He didn't. He knew their hearts were wicked. He knew. He knew them. He could read their heart. He knew. He would just look at them and be like, I know your heart, you guy. I know, yes, I know where you're coming from. I know where you're speaking from. It's your heart. I can see it. Yeah. And he was not bothered by it because he never trusted himself to a man. He never. The Bible says he never trusted himself to a man. Do not trust in a man. Never think a man is your way out of anything. Never think that. It will lead you into a pit that coming out from will be so difficult, and it will take you years to get out of. It will take you years to get out of. Never trust in a human being, no matter who they are, even if they're your husband. Never put your trust in God. Put your trust in God. Let God be the guy that you talk to in every minute, in every circumstance, in every situation. No matter where, no matter however, whichever circumstance, whether you're poor, whether you're rich, wherever you find yourself in life, make sure God is the only one you talk to. And God is the only one you entrust your life to, because men will mess you up. Human beings will mess you up. Human beings will sacrifice you. Human beings will trade you. Human beings will sell you out for whatever they need at that particular moment. For the next meal, for the next piece of land, for the next cash, for the next deal. Trust God only. And do not lean on your own understanding. Acknowledge Him in all your ways and He will direct your paths. Trust God. Me, I had to learn the hard way. I learned the hard way. Trust you me. And the story doesn't end there. I still continued making the same mistakes because of that need of wanting to belong, Having grown up in a background of rejection and abuse, I always wanted to belong. I always wanted to be loved. I always wanted to be, just to be affirmed, to be acknowledged, to be known that I exist, to be seen. Like, we see you, you exist, yes, we see you. But it's a setup. It's all a setup. It's a setup from the enemy. It's a wicked, wicked setup. It's a wicked system of setup where the enemy sets you up and brings you up in this kind of environment where you grow up lacking and needing, And then when you grow up, he now takes you up from there and tells you, yeah, come, I'll show you a better way. And when you come out from there and you think you're going to get a better way, you find that no, it's actually the same trap of the enemy that you end up in again. And then by the time you live there, you're coming out from there with even more wounds. So the wounds you had growing up, he's the one who set them up for you. And then coming from there, he sets you up with more. So everywhere you go, as you keep looking and searching and needing and wanting the love and belonging and acceptance, and you keep falling into those same traps, and you keep getting wounded and wounded and wounded and wounded, and different parts of your soul are being left everywhere. Your soul is being left everywhere. It's being left everywhere. Every encounter you have, you leave a piece of your soul there because you're wounded. Every encounter you have, you leave a piece of your soul there because you're wounded again. By the time you're coming out, you don't even recognize who you are because you're soulless. Like, your soul has been left. It's fragmented. It's in different pieces. It's everywhere. Everywhere you went through trauma, your soul is there. And now you're soulless. So to find your way back, my God, to find your way back, only God can help you. To find you back, the original you that God created, according to Jeremiah 1:5. To find you back, it will take a whole lot of work, a whole lot of work. So save yourself the trouble, my God. Save yourself the trouble. You take it from me. Save yourself the trouble. It'll take work before you can get all the different parts of your soul back together. Heal, be mended and put back together. It takes God. It takes God. And then you become whole. And God now recreates you in a sense. And then tells you who you are. Oh my God, it's a process. It's a process, but it's doable. There's nothing that is too difficult for God. Thank God for His mercies and His graces. Thank God for the sacrifice of the blood of Jesus